So this is something that I was interested in the Catalyst for, so I'm not trying to convince you to buy one or anything. It's just a use that I thought was interesting, and one of the key differences between the Catalyst and most of the Katana models, I think the Katana Artist and the Head version have this, but this has a Midi input and you can switch the channels with Midi, and it's really straightforward. So what you need to do is, if we go into the command center on the HX effects, you can set these buttons by sort of rolling along to them, and bank PC command up here on channel 1, and then program 1 is preset 1 channel A, and program 2 is 1 channel B, etc. And I'll just show you how easy it is to set up a new one. So we go here, if I set up this one here, I want this to be command center, then I'll scroll along to the switch that I want it to be on, which is over here, and I want it to be a bank command, the base MIDI channel 1, and then program, not CC32, I want program 3, and if we just press save on this, I guess, then I can come back to home. You see it's over here. We could customize these switches, and then you'll see I've got this here. I'm going to set this up to be a chime, so like a Vox style amp. So we've now got our Vox tone. If I hold it in, I can save that in that position. And now if I press this one here, I've got a clean tone. Model. This one here, I've got the boutique, and then if I press this one here, I've got the Vox. And you could also, if you wanted to, if we go back into the command center, you could set up each preset on your HX effects or whatever to have like the lightning bolt means that it will change program whenever you load the preset, as opposed to having these buttons which are channels. But it's quite straightforward really, and I'll just show you a little bit closer up. But yeah, useful, very useful, and I think a reason that you might want to consider the Catalyst if you weren't sure about it. Kind of integrates nicely. Really easy to set up. I didn't know it would be quite that easy, but that's very straightforward. Let's just bring it in even closer so you can see exactly the process. Now you had an HX effects, what you need to do is come into the command center and use your big knob to decide, which switch you want to send your bank program change to. Set to the MIDI channel. You can actually go into the user interface of the Catalyst editor and change that channel. And then program 0 will be manual, 1 will be the first of the 12 presets, second, etc. And that will go all the way up to 12. And basically you just set it up like that, and it's really straightforward. And then you've got the capability to change presets on the Catalyst. Very easy. And also with something like the HX effects, I can also use now the effect of the Helix, which could sort of take me closer to the Katana, maybe even further, because the helix effects I think are really good. You don't have all of the helix effects in the Catalyst, but with this kind of setup you've got access to all of that stuff, so that might be useful. Hopefully that was vaguely interesting for anyone who was asking or wondering about the kind of MIDI capabilities of Catalyst. I'll throw up a little screenshot of the manual here as well. You can actually get more in detail and control each of the aspects of the Catalyst with a MIDI controller. I won't do that in this video. This is really kind of just about switching channels, but this becomes like a fully grown up channel switching amp, which is really useful, and I think one thing that Katana doesn't quite do, although they have a really useful little foot switch for it anyway. The Catalyst with the MIDI capabilities, I think that's a useful thing.